author newsletter can be an extremely powerful tool. However, building one has been kind of an enigma to me up until this point, and I hope that this information is helpful to you if you want to start an author newsletter. Also, if you're a reader, please stay tuned because I'm going to go through a whole bunch of things that I'm offering in my newsletter that you might want to check out. I'm going to separate this video into two sections. The first is the welcome email, that when somebody subscribes for the first time, they get an automated email that tells them what is in it for them to be subscribed to this newsletter. And the second is an actual post that I'm getting ready to send out. This is my welcome email. So at the top you see it says you're on the list, and I've got this graphic that says books, giveaways, and writing tips, which are the major things that I'm going to be offering with my newsletter. I've got a very short welcome paragraph, and then I go right into the perks of the newsletter, which are exclusive giveaways, sneak peeks of new books, access to digital author events, getting notified of available ARCs before a book is published. Building my ARC team is really important to me because I'm going to be coming out with a bunch of new books, and I am going to use the newsletter as a way to get ARC readers because I will, whenever I have an ARC available, those will be the first people that will get an opportunity to apply for an ARC. And lastly, writing and publishing tips and tricks for new authors. After that, I have a section about who I am, just a little bit of an intro with a graphic of my book with the award it just won, and then also my contact information at the bottom. I feel like when you have a newsletter, you should always be thinking about the reader first. What is the reason that they want to subscribe? I mean, maybe they want to hear about your news, but they could just really do that on social media. I feel like a newsletter is a special place that you should design that gives those people who are your most devoted fans something extra for the support that they give you. Then after you put what's in it for them, it's a good idea to do a short intro on yourself just in case someone subscribes and they're brand new and they don't really know who you are, so that way you can give them an overview, and make sure you include a link to your website at the bottom. Now let's go ahead and dive into an actual newsletter post that I'm getting ready to send out. So I have not sent this post out, but I'm getting ready to. I have some big news. My book made it to the top 100 books on Amazon and won an award. So this newsletter has got a lot of stuff in it. So it starts off with just a graphic and a header. I think this is important because if somebody is not really interested in your news, they should be able to skip to the next part. So I talk a little bit about the Amazon and the award, but then I go right into the next thing that I have, which is that I have signed paperbacks available on moraltether.com. I also have them in my TikTok shop. And then below here, I do a very short update on where I am in writing the sequel to Mortal Tether with a screenshot that I have from Scrivener. So I'm going to be updating this so that people who are waiting for the sequel will understand where I'm at in the process as we get closer to publication. Then I have Publishing 101 for Authors, which is a section of my website where I'll highlight an article that I've written. This article is I got 3,000 Amazon readers in 5 days, and this is what happened. So this is a link to that article. And then below that, I have books I'm reading. Now this I'm really excited about. So I got the idea for this section in my newsletter, Books I Am Reading, from Irini Vlatman, who is also an author that is here on Book Talk. Now, she had invited me to be a guest on her website a little while ago, and that was so nice that she did that. She did an author spotlight. So I said, you know what? This is a great thing for me to do in my newsletter. Every newsletter, I'm going to highlight whatever books I'm reading. So I gave Irini Vlatman a shout out in this newsletter because I got the idea from her, and I linked to her website. And then also I spotlighted 2 other indie authors, one who I'm reading their ARC and another who I'm just reading their book. So you can see I've made this graphic here, and this is the book I'm currently reading, The Secret Journal by Otto Schaefer, which is amazing. And this is the ARC I am currently reading, which is called The Song of Thysia by S.J. Styles. So I actually have links here for The Secret Journal to get the book on Amazon, and here, The Song of Thysia, to get that book on Amazon as a pre-order. So I've got links to other authors' websites and to their books right here in my newsletter of the books that I'm reading and the friends that I've made. And then at the very bottom, I have a thank you. And this part is really important because I invite people to reach out and talk to me if they had ideas for things that they want to see in my newsletter. And also this link right here, CandiceJarrett.com/links, is all of my social media. So if somebody wants to reach out to me on a different platform, they'll be able to do so. And for me, this structure really works because I have a lot of different people who may like my newsletter, authors, readers. If a reader comes and they're not an author, they're not really going to be interested in all the author tips and tricks I have. But an author would be interested in those things. So instead of making a wall of text about all of the things that I have advice for authors, instead I make a graphic with a link to an article that I've written to make it easy for the authors to find that. But a reader might be interested in other books that I'm reading, or they might be interested in the fact that I'm having my signed paperbacks out. So In those cases, I think it's important to just have small clips of information with links where people can go to get more. So I kind of use my newsletter as a kind of high level overview for all the things that I am doing that allows people to quickly find the information that they want so that they can go and learn more. And then also I'm going to be doing signed book giveaways through my newsletter, which I think is really important, and using it, as I said before, to accumulate ARC readers. So that's something that people are interested in too. They like the idea of getting a sneak peek or a preview of a book that's not out yet, which is something that I'll be doing in later emails. So the basic idea is just short information, a header, a small bit of text, and a graphic. And this really has worked for me. I am using Substack, so you can't do too much as in the way of the aesthetics of it. So the way that I've laid it out with the images and with the emojis and with the bold headers, I think really helps to give it kind of a nice aesthetic. I really feel that a newsletter is such an important tool for us to use because no matter what happens, when you get your email list, that is something that you always have. I mean, if you end up not using one of the social media platforms in the future for whatever reason, you could have spent years building up an audience there. So I really feel that it's important to connect with your readers one-on-one, and your most excited and enthusiastic readers are going to be the ones that sign up for your newsletter. So I think it's important to reward them for that. I really hope that you'll subscribe to mine if you like what I'm doing. And if you are another author, I really hope that this helped you and maybe inspires you to get your own list going. So anyway, I hope this was a helpful video today, and good luck on your author journey, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.